Good evening, listeners. Tonight's tale begins not with screams, not with shadows, but with something far more haunting, a whisper. It came on the wind, soft, subtle, almost too gentle to notice, but impossible to ignore. This story isn't just about a ghost lurking in the dark. No, it's about something deeper, a mother's love stretched across the divide of life and death, and a promise made in the quietest moment, under the cold glow of street lamps on a broken road. Nut, our storyteller, was a rescue worker. To him, death was a part of the job. He'd seen it all, or so he thought, until one night, 10 years ago, when a simple call changed everything. A fatal crash, a woman gone too soon, and then a whisper in the dark, "Please, give the cake to my daughter." It wasn't just a voice. It was a final request. And that, dear listeners, is where this journey into sorrow and the supernatural begins. This is the final request. For Nut, late-night calls were nothing new. As a rescue worker, he'd seen every kind of tragedy: twisted metal, shattered glass, silence where life once breathed. So when the dispatch came through that night, a motorcycle accident on a half-finished road, he grabbed his gear and went. The area was under construction, fresh grooves torn into the asphalt. No signs, no lights, just the hum of crickets and the distant roar of tires. When Nut arrived, she was already gone. A young woman, maybe in her 20s. Her motorcycle lay a few meters away, bent, broken. But she had been struck by a truck. Her body crushed beneath its wheels. Lifeless, still. Nut did his job, calm, collected, guiding the team, covering the body, speaking with shaken witnesses. And then, as the others packed up, a breeze rolled through the road, light, cool, and from it, a whisper, "Please, give the cake to my daughter." Nut turned sharply. Nothing, just whined through the trees, just night. No one was there. He scanned the shadows, confused, uneasy. Had he imagined it? A trick of exhaustion? But something about that voice felt real. It wasn't just words. It was grief, a plea, a final request. And the night had only just begun. After the accident was cleared, Nut stayed behind to help load the wreckage. That's when he saw it, just a few steps from the twisted motorcycle. A small box, slightly dented from the fall. Inside, a birthday cake, chocolate, homemade, still intact beneath the clear plastic lid. And on top, in careful white frosting, were the words, "Happy birthday, my dearest Ton. Love, Mom." Nut froze. His chest tightened. That voice, the one in the wind. It was her. She was real. Later that night, back at the rescue station, Nut sat alone at his desk. The hum of the fan, the low murmur of late-night radio, it all faded as sleep crept in. And then she came. In his dream, she stood beside him, the same woman from the accident. Her face pale but kind, her eyes filled with sorrow. She didn't scream. She didn't scare. She just asked, "Please, give the cake to my daughter. Her birthday is soon. And tell her, Mommy loves her. I'm sorry I can't be there anymore." Her voice cracked as tears welled in her eyes. And Nut, overwhelmed, shaking, nodded. "I will," he whispered. "I promise." And with that, she was gone. But the weight of her words remained, heavy, unshakable. A task had been given. A promise had been made. The next morning, Nut kept his word. He found a bakery that opened early, bought the same kind of cake, chocolate, same message, letter for letter. "Happy birthday, my dearest Ton. Love, Mom." He held the box tightly as he walked into the hospital she had named. Every step felt heavy, uncertain, but when he reached the room, he knew it was right. Inside lay a young girl, frail, quiet, hooked up to machines that beeped in slow rhythm. She must have been no older than 7 or 8. Nut didn't say a word. He simply walked in and placed the cake on the table beside her. That's when the girl looked up and smiled. "Mommy, you're here? I knew you'd come." Nut's breath caught. The room felt colder. "Still, she's standing right next to you, mister." Nut dared not move. He didn't turn, didn't have to, because in the corner of his eye, he saw her, the woman, the mother, tears streaming down her face, smiling, watching her daughter with such overwhelming love. It was real, all of it. And in that moment, grief, love, and the supernatural all became one. A promise kept, a birthday delivered, a final goodbye perhaps. Nut knelt beside the hospital bed. He looked into the girl's eyes, those same eyes that had looked through him earlier, straight into something only she could see. And he said gently, "Your mom says she loves you more than anything." But then came the second part, the part that would break her. "I'm sorry I can't be there anymore." The words clung to his throat. He couldn't say them. He wouldn't. But the little girl was watching someone. And then she asked, "Why is Mommy crying?" Nut felt it, that weight again, the aching sorrow hanging in the air. He turned to leave, unsure of what more he could do, when her voice stopped him. Is Mommy going away now? And before he could think, before he could stop himself, his mouth moved, and he spoke, but the words weren't his. Yes, sweetheart. Mommy has to go. And just like that, the air shifted, the room warmed, the sadness lifted, a final moment of love, shared through a promise, and a goodbye left unspoken, until now. That night, Nut fell asleep, worn out from the day, emotions still tangled in his chest, and she came to him again. But this time, she wasn't crying. She wasn't broken. She was at peace. She stood before him, her eyes gentle now, a faint smile tracing her lips. Thank you, she said softly, for keeping your promise. Nut just nodded, unable to speak. Then, with her palms pressed together in a Y, she bowed. Take care of yourself, she whispered, and keep helping others. And just like that, she turned and faded. No pain, no sadness, only gratitude and goodbye. And when Nut woke up, he knew she was free. Weeks passed, life moved on. But for Nut, the memory of that night, the promise, the little girl's smile, never truly left him. Then one day, a message came. It was from Ton. Somehow, she'd found a way to reach him. She told him that ever since the accident, she had seen her mother every day, every night, watching over her, smiling, crying, loving her. She had always known deep down that her mother was gone, but she never felt alone, until one night, her mother came to her again and softly said, "Soon, we'll be together again." And not long after, Ton was gone too, peacefully, quietly, just gone, as if her mother had come to take her home, together again, in a place where birthdays never pass unnoticed, and love never dies. Some bonds never break, not even in death. A mother's final wish, and a daughter's longing heart. Somehow, they found each other, one last time, not in a hospital, not in a dream, but in the space between worlds, where love holds on. So if you ever find yourself alone, and you hear a whisper in the dark, a voice that doesn't quite belong, listen, it might be someone's final request, a promise not yet fulfilled, a love that refuses to fade, a love still reaching out from the other side.